All praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Double honors to the apostles and the men at Great Millstone, and to the elect Akim abiding under the shadow of the Almighty Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah Shalom. And this is the final part of the series, Our Salvation Nearer Than When We Believed. And like we was going into that scripture, that whole precept, our salvation being nearer than when we believed, like I was saying, is nearer because of the fact that we've been waiting on this salvation for years and years and hundreds and years, going back, going all the way back to the time of the prophets. All right. Like I was saying, if you've been in this truth, let's just say 5-10 years or whatever, and you will say, well, your salvation is nearer than when you believed 10 years ago. But in reality, it goes all the way back, man. It goes back, and that's reincarnation. That's reincarnation. Because what proves reincarnation, it's the books wasn't even finished. The books wasn't even finished in the times of these prophets. For instance, like, the books weren't published. Letters that Paul wrote, letters that John wrote, it wasn't published for them people at that time to read it, because there was a lot of martyrs and stuff who had then died, like Stephen. So the book wasn't finished. A lot of the apostles, the followers of the apostles, they had got killed in the campaign, to knock off the apostles, to appease the people, starting with James. So them brothers and the brothers who was following them, who got caught up in them different raids and stuff like that, when they was getting all the followers and killing us, they didn't get a chance to read the letters of John in that time, or So that proved right there reincarnation. The books wasn't even finished yet to be opened by Yahweh Shah. So, which comes back full circle of letting you know that the reason why the salvation is nearer, because it wasn't nearer in the times when we first was coming on the scene, going back in reincarnation. So this is 1 Peter 1:10. I start at 9. Receiving the end of your faith, even the salvation of your souls. Yeah, receiving the end of your faith, all right, which is these times we're in, of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that shall come unto you. So, yeah, the prophets inquired about this salvation. So in reality, and they say, they prophesied about the grace that should be given unto us, because the prophets back then didn't understand what they was reading. Because your lifetime don't coincide with Yahweh Shah's story. Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shah. Yahweh Wa Yahweh Shah, the way they set it up, a day is 1,000 years. So I don't care, you could have been even the prophets back then, they was antsy, and they was hoping it'd happen in their time in a lot of cases. Even going back 2,000 years, according to Acts 1:6, they was wondering, was the kingdom gonna be set up at them certain times? But the Most High deal on a different frequency as far as time. So these prophets inquired about this salvation, but it was written for us, which, if you could receive it, many of the brothers who got this truth, mainly among Great Millstone, all right? These the men that actually wrote the scriptures, man, and they back to understand it. They couldn't understand it in their time. It ain't about you. It's about the Most High. That's why when you read the book of Daniel, and you notice that the book of Daniel is a continuation of Revelation, man. Because in reality, John the Beloved is Daniel the Beloved. But you niggas don't get it. You niggas don't understand what's going on. You know? So the same, that's why the scripture said, that's Revelation 10th chapter. I think we went into that, along the lines of this series. John was to prophesy again among many nations and kingdoms and tongues. Why? Because he was going to understand what he wrote in the book of Salakia in the times when he wrote Revelation. He was going to understand it when he come back. That's just like, that's why the Most High told Daniel, go unto the end, you're going to stand back on your lot, basically, roughly paraphrased. So of which salvation the prophets have inquired and searched diligently, who prophesied of the grace that should come unto you. Yeah, so we the men that's back because this book is for the elect, man. We the ones who Yahweh Shah dealing with, man. Hopefully the hopeful elect, man, And this scripture again, Romans 13:11, and that knowing the time that now is high time to awake out of sleep. For now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. That goes back, man, years and years, man. Different ages and different kingdoms. This go back, back to the first Babylonian Empire. This go back, man. This salvation, prophets have been seeing visions of this salvation, man. And the play out of kingdom, how kingdom's gonna play out and how the kingdom of heaven gonna be in the end with Yahweh Shah ruling. And that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now our salvation is nearer than when we believe. And now to prove that that's talking about a certain people, a certain group of people among Israel, not the whole Israel, because everybody ain't looking for this salvation. That's why the scriptures say, hasten the day, man. Only a few people is hastening this. Why? Because they the only people who know about it. It's like a quick analogy, like, in the world of some Christmas time when you was a kid, if you knew what you was gonna get, you knew like, yeah, I know what I got, and I know I can't wait to, bust the wrapper open. If you snuck in there and you knew, you gonna hasten that day, man. Or if you knew that, you had some money coming in a certain day, nobody else don't really know. They don't care nothing about that day. But you gonna hasten that day. You know what I'm saying? So that's only we gonna hasten that day, man. The men who the Most High, through his son Yahweh Shah, who opened up the book and gave us the blueprint, so to speak. Now we're hastening that day. This is the book of Psalms 13, starting at 1. To the chief musician, a psalm of David. How long wilt thou forget me, O Lord? Forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? See, that's the spirit of, all right, when you hear that, how long wilt thou forget me, O Lord, forever? How long wilt thou hide thy face from me? How long shall I take counsel in my soul, having sorrow in my heart daily? How long shall my enemy be exalted over me? All right? David saying that, and the answer to that is this. Romans 13:11. And that knowing the time that now it is high time to awake out of sleep, for now is our salvation nearer than when we believe. King David was one, so that let you know that scripture is for the men out here who is asking that question, Lord, when is it coming, man? That salvation nearer than when we believed. Matthew 24:22. And except those days be short, Salakia. Matthew 24:22. And except those days should be shortened, there should no flesh be saved. But for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. The elect's sake. That's why that scripture is saying in Romans 13:11, our salvation is nearer than when we believe. And Yahweh Shah telling you right there, man, for the elect's sake, those days shall be shortened. And they're shorten, man, because the times are going, man. I remember first, just coming into this thing, listening, and 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 slowly, Mosai Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai giving, opening a nigga up, opening my mind up. And it was slow back then, but now it's going fast, man. And that's that scripture being alive, because look, these scriptures is alive, man. These scriptures is more alive than anything you can imagine, man. The scriptures is the most alive thing on the planet. The actual scriptures, that one thing that show the balance of the Most High and the greatness of the Lord. That one thing that sits still, and when you go into words, that's the quietest way to express yourself. Because at one time, Israel was scared because the Most High came down in that cloud, and when they heard his voice, they were scared to death. They said they don't want to hear that no more. So the Most High sent prophets. They killed the prophets, even the main King of Kings, man. They killed Yahweh Shai. So what the Lord did, he put it in a book, man. Now his words is quiet as a mouse, man. So you can't say that. But these words, they're the most, this scripture, the book, the book, according to Revelation 5th chapter, this the most liveliest thing on the planet, man. It's like the words, man, the words just come to life, man. We're indeed is nearer. That Romans 13 and 11 is a heavy scripture. Salvation is nearer than we believe, because every day that go by, we're proceeding closer and closer to the return of the Lord Yahweh Shai, man. And like me, who am I to think that I can partake, I mean, when you understand how great this is, you just come in the spirit of, I'm not even worthy, man, but you pray that the Most High Yahweh Ba'Shem Yahweh Shai see fit for you to partake in the greatness that he revealed to you. Because he revealed, man, to us the greatness of that day and the greatness of his kingdom. All right, now moving on is, this is Revelation. This is 22nd chapter, I believe I got saved up here. Yeah, this is Revelation 22 and 12. And behold, I come quickly, and my reward is with me to give every man according as his work shall be. See that? And behold, I come quickly. See that scripture coming in life today, man. The Lord coming quickly because the days are being shortened. 20th verse. He which testified these things said, surely I come quickly. That's in the red letters. That's Yahweh Shai. All right? Thawab, even so. All right? Shawab are the one Yahweh Shai. So the Lord says, surely I come quickly. All right? And that's playing out right before our eyes. Every day, these days are going quickly, man. Thus the scripture, salvation is nearer than when we believe.